Sarah Jane Marshall, and these are my Momentum thoughts. In adult working life, we spend so much of our time and energy in the workplace. If you're working full-time, you'll spend something like 90,000 hours at work. That's more time with your colleagues than your closest friends or family. So for many of us, the workplace is our front line. It's where we spend regular time in the week with those who don't yet know Jesus. Yet for some reason, when we speak about work, we don't seem to have very high expectations that it's an area of life that God will be using us in. You've probably had a conversation that goes a bit like this. How was your week? Yeah, busy, quite a lot on. Yeah, you? Yeah, tiring. Did you see the cricket? That's it. Now, just a minute, compare that to the same conversation asked about maybe an Alpha supper, or the kids' holiday camp, or a week spent painting an orphanage in Eastern Europe. It'll go something like this. How was your week? Yeah, really tiring, but great, thanks. I really felt the presence of God with me, and I had this great conversation with this one chap, and we were really able to bless people by the work that we did. Thank you so much for praying for us. Do you notice the difference? Somehow, we find it really hard to believe that the ordinary, everyday things that we do in life matter to God, matter just as much as the work of a pastor or those special times of mission abroad. But the problem is, when we reduce our vision of where God will work, we actually reduce our vision of God. And it's not far from there to losing our faith altogether. I've seen it in my own friends, and there's a great quote by Dorothy Sayers that says, "How can we expect people to believe in a religion that appears to have nothing to say about 9/10 of their life?" Surely our gospel is bigger than that. Paul writes in Colossians 3:23, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. In the passage, he's actually writing to slaves, people who, quite frankly, would rather do something else, haven't chosen their line of work. And yet still he's saying that that can be a place where they work for the Lord. You see, the workplace is a great place to use your gifts to bless other people. It's a great place of service. It's a place of mission too, where we daily interact with those who don't yet know Jesus, where we can love them in word and deed. And it's a place of discipleship too, where we can expect to grow in Christ-likeness, to grow in character. We should expect God to be using us in that place. Yet for some reason, we've reduced our idea of mission. We sort of think about it like you have to be wearing a huge, baggy, oversized t-shirt to be doing something good for God. No, you don't. You can be wearing a suit, a boiler suit, an Asda outfit, whatever. Whatever you do it for the Lord. So next time you have that conversation after church and someone asks you, "How was your week?" Stop a moment. Dig a little deeper. Surely God has been at work with you that week too.